Good evening, friends. Jason here for AxodysFC, and it's time to talk some soccer, some football, some Spurs, maybe some USWNT. But yeah, first of all, the Bayern meeting did happen today, and then the German negotiators left, and we're still wondering, what the outcome was. Apparently, there may have been about a 20 million pound difference in what Bayern wants to pay, but there have also been rumors that we can expect an announcement tomorrow. So time will tell. If not that, at least they sounds like they're continuing to work on it. This is the terminology used. So just time to wait and see, as we have been all summer. But switching gears a little bit, one of the things that people have talked about potentially is a possible striker replacements. Obviously, we have Richarlison, but the reality is we really need two people for that role, especially in Postecoglou's system, where typically the the starter goes for 60 to 70 minutes, and then the backup comes and finishes out the game maybe. But with all the pressing and running around that's demanded by his system, I mean, it is really kind of a two player role most of the time. And so anyway, we definitely with Harry Kane potentially leaving, we definitely need to know who's going to fill that spot besides Richarlison. And the player that has been tossed out a lot for that role has been Ivan Toney. And what's been interesting to me on that is that, yeah, he is a great striker, actually. And currently he's, serving an 8-month suspension for prolific gambling involving his team and other, I think, Premier League games, something like 253 instances, something like that. And what's been interesting to me is that no one seems to care about this. Like, he's a good striker. As soon as his suspension's up, we'll just sign him. He's a great player. So anyway, it's fascinating to me that a player that 15 times bet on his team to lose. He wasn't playing in those games, but 11 times, I believe. Let me check. I think I have it written down here. Okay, no, wait. Here we go. 13 bets on his own team to lose. And those were games he did not play. He never bet on them to lose in a game he played. But 15 times he bet on himself to score in a game that he was playing in. And so that means he had motivation to pass up an open teammate and take a worse shot potentially in those games. And so, yeah, apparently, if he had not essentially admitted to having a gambling addiction and had a medical professional that had evaluated him testify on his behalf, he very well could have had a lifetime ban. And on a fascinating note as well, he admitted to continuing to bet on other sports. And so he's working on, apparently he's in counseling and working on his addiction or whatever. But a lot of red flags. And it's tough. I mean, maybe that makes him a good value, good potential redemption story for a player who's always been one of the best strikers while he's been playing in the Premier League. But anyway, it's just very interesting to me that in all the discussion of him as a potential obvious candidate to sign, even though he's suspended now, or to work it out, however, he has so many personal red flags to go along with it, and nobody in the YouTube circles I follow seems to care about it. So it's kind of interesting. I mean, I don't have a strong opinion that no, absolutely not. We shouldn't give him a chance, or pursue him potentially or whatever. But it's just very interesting to me that someone who has this serious issue that he's still working through, hopefully, anyway, so just bringing it up as a possible discussion point. But at any rate, it won't even come up until January potentially, when he's available to be either resume play, or someone can get him on a transfer. So that will be very interesting to see how that works out as well. On former player related news, Lucas Moura, it sounds like he had a few nibbles from, like, one thing that I'd heard was he was looking at maybe a Mexican league team, but now it sounds like he is definitely, the latest thing I'd heard is he's definitely returning to Sao Paulo, which was like his home club, and it sounds like he's going back there. So that's neat for him. I hope he has a successful next few years with him. And so let's see, anything else to cover? Big U.S. women's national team game, the World Cup. They play Portugal, and it'll be midnight my time, which is better than 3 a.m. East Coast time, I think. I can just stay up, watch it, and turn in, and hopefully it will be a good, relatively straightforward game. But I think it's conceivable that if they lose, they would be eliminated. So definitely there are some pretty good stakes on this one, and I'm sure they want to bounce back and have a stronger performance after, kind of a tough game with the Netherlands. And beyond that, any other things on the agenda? No, I think that's about it. We really need some games to have something else to talk about, or some transfer action. So hopefully I'll have a good game to recap tomorrow, and maybe there'll be some news, something happening on the center back front. That'd be awesome too. So on that note, stay well. Thanks for tuning in. Whoa. Broken ankle. No. And remember, to dare is to do.